and welcome to this episode. I'm your host for Simple Silicon. Today we have a Ubiquiti product. This is the Unifi XG switch. It's a 10 gigabit 16 port managed aggregation switch. This is pretty cool because there was a lot of in software management things that you can do. We had a bunch of fiber that this really works out great for. So let's open it up and take a look of what we get. Inside the facade we have another box. On this particular side you have its serial information and so forth that you want to keep track of because it has the MAC address. So it should pick up automatically by the controller software, but in case you need to find where this is on the network and what its IP address is from DHCP, you'll look at that MAC address and that's how you'll figure it out. Opening the box reveals what is inside. We've got this soft hard film protecting it. We have our mounts that go into the rack, which are pretty nice to set aside, and we have our screws for such a thing, as well as power. We can take that out. Taking out the device reveals that we have a little product manual page. So we have the device here, nondescript, until we take off the foam padding to reveal the device itself. Revealed to you on the front are your aggregation port switches. You also have your standard RJ45 jacks right over here. But you're really going to be paying attention to these things right here. You might only use these ever for the initial setup. So if you have this on your desk right next to you and you want to be able to just quickly set it up and make any configuration changes, you just use that for that. Otherwise, you're really paying attention to these right here. If we take this rubber piece off, you'll notice that that's an SPF plus connector right there, so you'll need one of those. For those that are unaware, these are SPF connectors, and they are long, and they have connectors on one end, and they have these interesting holes on the other end. Basically, your fiber just plugs right in through LC or SC connectors, and we can show you what those look like. So here is a LC to SC connector. LC over here, you can see that two different fiber wires. Yellow is for single mode, orange is for multi-mode, and that's basically a diameter of the internal glass fiber, but they would plug in just like that. And then of course same thing with the SC over here. So just depending on whatever SPF connector you get, that is the one that you'll want to use. On the front you have your connection lights, and they just light up and blink, as well as this right here. This is just a nice little light to tell you that it's on. It can flash different colors to help you diagnose if you so choose. And a reset switch right over here in case the whatever password you set or IP address got so messed up that you can't even find it anymore. That could help with such things as that. If we go to the other side, you'll notice there's a console port, some fans, and this interesting power input next to this other power input. Basically, what Ubiquiti does is they have this power distribution. So if the power supply fails in one of these devices, they sell another block that kind of same shape that you can plug like 4 or 6 devices into it, and then that will be alternate power in case the power supply fails. That's not a battery backup. Basically, that distribution thing is what you plug your UPS into, and that feeds everything else as a backup. But then you would put the primary power into your UPS as well, so then you have to, so it's really kind of interesting how they do it. So on both sides you have some fans as well as grates for airflow, as well as your little rack mount connectors. You'll basically screw it in like this, and this will go into your mount. Whether you have the hanging option or insert, it'll work in both. In the screw kit you have these, there's some interesting looking nuts that have clips on them that just clips into your rack so that your nut stays firmly in the back. But that pretty much wraps it up for this aggregation switch. Hello, and thank you for watching this episode of Simple Silicon. I'm your host, Dan. So if you liked it, get subscribed, hit the like button, and leave a comment below if your feelings are way too complicated for simple thumbs up or down. Anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.